It was the summer of 1998 when Mark and Emily decided to leave the chaos of the city. They bought a small colonial-style house in upstate New York. It wasn't just cheap, it was almost too cheap. A fresh start, Emily said with a smile, standing in the front yard as the moving truck drove away. The house was quiet, too quiet. Even the crickets outside seemed to avoid its walls. The neighbors rarely spoke about it, and when Mark asked the cashier at the gas station if she knew anything about the property, she just muttered, "That place should have stayed empty." The first night felt off. Mark woke up at 2:47 a.m. to the sound of footsteps upstairs, but their bedroom was already on the top floor. He told himself it was old wood creaking, but when he looked at Emily, she was staring wide-eyed at the ceiling too. By the third night, the strangeness became impossible to ignore. The doors locked themselves, the TV flickered on and off with static, even when unplugged. Shadows passed through the hallway, too tall to be human. One evening, Emily found a note under the wallpaper while repainting the kitchen. Faded, scratched handwriting read, "It doesn't let us leave." That night, the air in the house grew heavy. The lights dimmed. Every clock stopped at exactly 3:15 a.m. Mark tried to open the front door, but the knob wouldn't turn. The windows wouldn't break. The house had sealed itself shut. Then came the attic. Neither of them had dared to open it, but at 3:15 that night, the attic door creaked open on its own. A foul, rotten stench seeped out. Against his better judgment, Mark climbed the ladder. At first, it was just dust and cobwebs, but then he saw them scratches all over the wooden beams. Dozens of names carved into the wood, followed by dates, each ending with the same words. Never left. Something moved in the darkness. At the far corner, two glowing eyes opened too wide, too unblinking to belong to a human. A long, bony figure dragged itself forward, its limbs bending at unnatural angles, its mouth hanging open in a silent scream. Mark stumbled back, but the attic ladder snapped shut behind him. Emily screamed from below, pounding on the ceiling as the creature crawled closer. Its voice was like the echo of every scream the house had ever heard. "Stay, you're ours now." The last thing Mark saw was its hand reaching for his face. When the police finally came weeks later, the house was empty. No sign of Mark or Emily, but on the attic beam, two new names were carved. Mark, Emily, 1998, never left, and the house waited patiently for its next family.